friends, and welcome back to the RA Yogi. I'm Julia, your yoga instructor for arthritis, and in today's video, we will be practicing yoga for the spring equinox. Happy spring equinox, happy first day of spring. When you think about spring, what comes to mind? Spring is a time when flowers bloom. That's why I wanted to share these beautiful tulips with you in this yoga practice today. I think that taking a moment to practice yoga is a beautiful way to honor the change in seasons, to kind of shift our energy around, and to plant intentions for this new season, plant seeds to release the darkness or the heaviness from the winter, and to breathe, move, and create space for the new. So what you'll need for today's chair yoga practice for the spring equinox is a yoga mat, a sturdy chair without arms. You can invite some plants into your space, some flowers into your space, open a window, maybe use some sage or incense to kind of burn away anything that no longer serves you in terms of like the energy in your space. And then we'll meet back right here to begin our spring equinox class. Let's sit on the edge of our chair and we'll begin by centering in. So take a long, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And fill your lungs with that floral, fresh air of spring, and exhale completely. One more time, breathe in deeply. And exhale completely. You can close your eyes. And begin to observe the breath as it moves in and out of the body. And take a few more mindful inhales and exhales. And just take a moment to check in with yourself and notice how you feel today. Simply notice without any judgment. It's a good time to be honest with yourself and just checking in with how you're doing on a physical level, an energetic level, an emotional level, an environmental level, all the levels. Just kind of check in with that and see what comes up. Now that you've checked in with yourself, we're going to be practicing a clearing type of pranayama, which is a breathing exercise called Ujjayi, ocean breath. If you want a longer explanation of Ujjayi, you can always go check out the link in the description of my ocean breath video for more detail. But let's stay here together, and what we're going to do is create an audible sound by breathing in through the throat and then exhaling and gently closing the mouth and creating that audible sound like you're fogging up a mirror. So breathe in through the nose and notice the breath moving through the throat. And on your exhale, fogging up the mirror. Breathe in through the nose, through the throat. And Now this time, keep your mouth closed as you exhale. Creating a gentle constriction at the back of the throat, very gentle to hear the audible sound. And let's do this 3 more times on our own time. Ujjayi breath is very cleansing, allows us to release any stress, any heaviness. And during this time, we want to focus on what can we let go of? What are we done carrying around? Whether it's heaviness, any darkness, whether it's in the mind, in the body, in your environment, your relationships, your behaviors. Just give a moment to contemplate what you want to let go of. And during this class, we will be releasing all of it, creating space for the seeds to be planted, for the new intentions that we have for the spring. What can I let go of? You can repeat this and allow the answers to come naturally. If nothing comes up right away, that's absolutely fine. Just stay with it. Maybe you're letting go of an identity that you created for yourself that's no longer aligning with you or your purpose or path. Maybe you're letting go of control because it's not up to you. You can't control everything. Maybe you're bringing more surrender into your life. Or maybe you are taking more action because the spring is allowing you to move from inward to outward, springing you forth to come out of your cocoon, out of your shell, and slowly start expressing yourself more, start creating more, putting yourself out there. So notice what you want to release. Maybe you're releasing an emotion, an experience that you want to let go of. Maybe you are breaking down a wall that you've built for many, many years. Breathe in and start to let go of anything that's come up for you in the last few minutes. Exhale through the mouth. Release it. One more time. Deep breath. And let it go. As you inhale, feel the space that you've created by intentionally releasing a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. We'll come back to awareness and we'll start to warm up our bodies, starting with the head. And gently notice your posture and allow your chin to slowly drop towards the chest. Allow a nice stretch in the back of your neck. like you're waking up in the morning. Inhale to gently lift the chin, gazing to where the wall and the ceiling meet, creating just a slight opening in the chest and the throat. Take a breath all the way through the throat. And exhale. Come back to center. Let's bring our head to the right, allowing our shoulders to remain still. And then inhale to center and allow the left ear to kiss the left shoulder. Breathe in. And as you exhale, gently turn the head towards the right. We're hearing some of the sounds from the outdoors, but it's beautiful. We're hearing all the life that's coming back since the winter was very dark. So let's take the opposite side. Breathe in. I'm smelling some of those beautiful tulips. Maybe you're smelling some nice fresh air. And exhale back to center. You're going to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, bring your attention to the extremities of the body. Maybe gently make fists and squeeze the toes towards the inside of your soles of your feet. And exhale to open, spread the toes wide, spread the fingers wide, gently. Let's do that again. And open up. Maybe you want to open the legs, keep a slight bend in the knees, as long as you can sit up nice and tall. And you can point and flex your toes. Maybe point and flex the wrists gently. Make some circles with the ankles and the wrists, one side and the other. Creating an open mind, an open heart as we practice this Spring Equinox class today. If you want, you can come to standing. If you want to take sun salutations standing, that's fine. I'm going to stay seated to demonstrate seated sun salutations. We'll be doing our sun salutations twice, and then I will be adding some twists to really create some detoxification. It's a really great release for the spine. So let's breathe in Tadasana mountain pose. Notice your feet and where they're grounded. Root down through all 10 toes. Inhale, palms are forward. Notice the length in your spine and the shoulders dropping away from your ears. Inhale and exhale to send energy towards the heart center, hands to heart. Inhale to reach your arms overhead. And then exhale to fold with a long spine. If you want to come into half fold, that's fine. If you want to come into the full fold, that's fine. Listen to your body and create some space. You can always bring space in between the legs or keep the legs right underneath. This might give you a bit more of a massage to the lower belly. Just notice what feels good in the body. You can try both. And we're going to stay here just for a mindful breath. And when you're ready, root to rise, ground through the feet. Send your hands to your thighs and gently lift the heart and lengthen the spine all the way back up. Send your right knee into your chest for a modified lunge. You can interlace your fingers. You can bring one hand on top of the other, whatever feels good to you. I don't recommend bringing the hand to the knee. You can bring the hand to the shin if that feels better. Notice what that feels like. That might put too much pressure on the joint. So stay behind the thigh. And then exhale to lower. Inhale the left knee into the chest. Keep a nice tall posture. Breathe in. And exhale, lower. Come into a modified cobra. Send your hands to either side of your body. On your chair, you can send the hands behind the lower back. Whatever feels good to you to come into your cobra. Inhale to press the hips forward, lift the heart, and gently lift the chin to gaze to where the wall and the ceiling meet. So we avoid compression. For example, I'm just going to show you in this position. If I'm coming back too far, I'm dropping the neck too far, I'm really compressing the neck, and you don't want to do that. You want to gently lift and gaze up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. And then gently come back to center. We'll come into downward facing dog. Gently inhale and engage the belly to spine, pulling belly to spine. Inhale the arms overhead. And if it doesn't feel good at a shoulder level, you can always bring your arms in cactus or your hands in front of your heart, whatever feels good to you today. Breathe in. And exhale to lower down. Inhale the arms up. And exhale to lower. We'll do this again a little bit faster. Palms facing forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, upward arms, Urdhva Hastasana. And inhale to exhale and forward fold. Nice long spine. Breathe in. Breathe out fully. Inhale, send your hands to thighs. Lift the heart all the way up to seated position. Exhale, send your right knee into your chest, modified lunge. Good. Inhale to send your left knee into the chest, modified lunge. Come into your variation of cobra. You can interlace your fingers behind you. You can use your chair. Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then gently lift the chin for one breath. And release. At the edge of your chair, engage belly to spine, coming into downward facing dog. Any variation that suits you best, whether you want to come into cactus arms or hands to heart. Notice what that feels like. It looks like this. We're here, and then we are here, leaning forward, making sure to pull the belly in and up. Nice long spine all the way to the crown of the head, keeping our head in line with our spine. Breathe in. And then exhale to lower back down. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale to lower. Notice how that feels. You can take a moment in a mini Shavasana in your chair, and keeping your posture nice and tall. Notice how that feels. Allow your body to gently move, to start releasing the different things that you mentioned to yourself at the beginning of the class. We're moving these things out of our lives, moving these things out of our body. The energy is moving. It's an amazing time to come into a few twists. We'll do some sun salutations with twists. Inhale. Open the eyes and exhale, hands to heart center, sending the energy always towards the heart. Inhale, upward arms, reach the arms up and back. And then exhale, forward fold. Remember, halfway fold. Or you can come all the way down. Breathe. Breathe in and exhale. Inhale to send your hands to your thighs and come back up to center. And exhale, send your right knee into your chest, modified lunge. Inhale to send your left knee into the chest, modified lunge. Inhale, we'll send our hands to sides to come to our modified cobra. We'll lift the heart, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Gaze up towards the sky. And exhale to lower. Inhale. Long spine, and exhale to come into our first twist. Your arms are relaxed by your side. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, squeeze all the impurities, all the toxins, squeeze all the darkness from the belly. Let it go. Breathe in. You can exhale through the mouth. Breathe in. Just slowly twist back to center. And exhale to twist to the left, moving from the lower back, middle back, and upper back. The last thing to turn is the head, but you can keep your head in line with your spine, that's fine. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the air out of the belly. Notice the bird singing for us. One more inhale and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, float back to center. Inhale, the arms overhead. And then exhale to allow the arms to float back down. Back to Tadasana. Maybe we feel like getting up and doing a sun salutation with our chair, or we can just repeat the last sun salutation we did. It's up to you. I'll demonstrate the standing variation as well. You can bring your chair with your seat facing you at the top of your mat. I'm going to be on the side, it's easier for you to see. So come into Tadasana if you're standing or seated. Ground into all 10 toes to the outer corners of your feet. Feel rooted and connected to the earth, to Mother Earth, who is blessing us with this beautiful springtime. Inhale your hands to heart center and exhale. Inhale your arms overhead, reach up. You can keep your head in line with your spine, or you have the option to gaze up. And then exhale, we're going to fold to our chair halfway. You can release the head if that feels good. You can keep your head gazing slightly forward, whatever feels best for you. If you want, you can step away from your chair, ground into your feet, bend your knees a little bit, and come all the way down into your forward fold. Breathe in. And breathe out to release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale fully. Whether you're sitting in your chair doing your forward fold or you're standing, take one more breath. Exhale through the mouth. Very mindfully, you can press into the thighs, or you can come up to your chair if you're standing and start to walk your hands up the top of your seat and lengthen the spine to come back up, coming into our modified lunge. Step your right foot forward onto the middle of your chair. This is going to be our modified lunge for today. We're working our balance, we're opening the hip, and we're going to come into a twist. So keep your standing foot slightly bent, breathe in, and then as you exhale, you're going to gently twist, placing your arm to the outside if that's comfortable. You can always use a wall to keep your stability if you'd like. Try to work your core here. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale fully. Feel the twist. And exhale. Notice we're creating strength in the standing leg. And you can step down mindfully. You can use the wall if you have a wall. Or you can use your balance and step your foot to the middle of the chair, coming into your next modified lunge. To step up, your hips are leveled, facing forward. Breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the left. You can send your arms to the outside of your left knee. Breathe in and out. Create a bit of a bend in that standing leg. Strengthen the quads. Squeeze the quad muscles. You can even send your arms up. Open your fingers wide. Breathe in. And then exhale, hands to heart. And we're going to rotate back to center. You can use the wall if you want to come down. And step back down. Come into a supported back bend. Place your hands to your lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Gently bend the knees. The first thing we're going to do is press the hips forward. Lift the heart. Lift the chest. And then gently lift the chin to come into our back bend. Breathe in. And then exhale to stand up nice and straight. Inhale. Send those elbows back. Breathe in. Send the hips forward. Send the chest forward. And then slowly gaze up towards the ceiling and the wall. And then come back to center. Shake out the arms. Shake out the wrists and the legs. Shake it all out. Good. And then we'll inhale the arms overhead. Breathe in. And then exhale to float the arms back down by your sides. Very good. Coming back into Tadasana. Breathe in. And breathe out. Connect to the energy, this new energy of spring. Notice what that feels like. Maybe there is a lightness coming through. We're going to take chair pose next, and you can try it standing, and then if you want, you can just do the seated variation. They're both amazing. So if you're going to be doing the seated variation, your knees and weight-bearing joints will not be affected. So you're going to breathe in and inhale and squeeze the abdominals together. You have the option to bring your feet together if that's comfortable, with your heels to touch, squeezing the inner thighs gently to touch, creating a one line with the body. And you're going to breathe in and slightly lean forward to keep a long spine. You don't want to hunch over. You want to keep that length in the spine if possible. It's really important. You have the option to keep your hands at heart center, keep squeezing the inner thighs together, and reach the arms overhead if that's comfortable. If not, you can come into cactus arms or send your hands to heart. Keep squeezing and creating that center. Chair pose, breathe, keep squeezing your thighs together. Gazing down and forward. And if you're taking the standing variation, that's great as well. It's very similar. This time, notice if you want to send the feet together or bring some space in between the legs for less pressure on the knees. You squeeze the inner thighs together, create and engage the lower core. And then as you inhale, you're going to sit back as low as you can without any pain, pressing into the heels. You can lift your arms. You can come to cactus or send your hands to heart center. So wherever you are, let's take 2 more breaths. And if you want to let go and release, that's okay. We're just trying to pull the belly in, squeeze the inner thighs. One more time. Inhale. This creates strength in the core and the legs. And then as you exhale, press back up. Release if you're in the chair pose. And we're going to come into a revolved chair pose, but for a minute it's important to breathe. You can place your hand on your heart and one hand on the belly. And just connect with your breath. Connect with the flow. Breathing into the belly and the chest and back down. It's so important to connect with our breath. during our yoga practice, especially when we're moving, it's okay to take breaks, listen to your body, especially if you're living with arthritis, if you're living with pain or fatigue or chronic illness. Please be gentle. Always listen to your body. It should feel empowering. It should feel good. Yes, you're going to feel it in your body and your muscles, but you don't want to feel pain. So coming into the next asana, which is a yoga posture, we are going to bring our feet together again if that's available to us. Squeeze the inner thighs to create like one leg, like a mermaid tail, and engage the lower belly. And we're coming into that pose again. We're lengthening through the spine, coming into our chair, really reaching through the crown of the head. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. And on your exhale, we're going to take a gentle twist. So you might not want to twist that far, and that's okay. Or if you feel like you can have a long spine, you can send your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. Gentle pressure to the hands, very gentle, barely touching. Breathe in. Let's keep our head in line with our spine. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together, pull the belly in and up. Coming into our chair, breathe in, and as you exhale, you want to send your left elbow to the outside of the right knee and sit back towards the heels. That's why I like to give the chair option first. I find it more accessible, especially if you're experiencing pain in the ankles, the feet, the knees, the hips. Go for the chair option. Or give it a try and notice how you feel. Maybe do the other side on the chair. Breathe, soften the shoulders. Ooh. Maybe it's working your balance. Then inhale, you're going to gaze forward, keep lengthening the spine, and come back up. Release for a minute and do the other side. Inhale. Send the feet together, squeeze the inner thighs, pull the belly in and up. Lengthen through the crown of the head, breathe in. And as you exhale, you can twist. So notice where you twist. You don't have to feel the same on each side. You certainly aren't the same on each side. So notice what you want to do, whether you want to just open the arms a little bit, if you want to bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, continuing to squeeze the inner thighs, pull the belly in and up. Let's take a few mindful breaths, softening the touch in the hands. Notice the twist in the spine. We're wringing out the old, creating space for the new. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head, and then to come back to center. Sometimes I like to add a little forward fold in there to release the back. You can bend the knees. So wherever you are, if you want to stay standing, that's great. If you're sitting down, that's perfect. I'm going to come back to a seat for a moment. You can stay in Tadasana standing or seated. And we're going to be moving into upward arms, also known as upward salute. I definitely like to be honest with my audience, and I've been on prednisone for the last few days, and sometimes it makes me a bit dizzy or it's difficult to breathe a bit. So I can relate to people that are taking medication, and maybe just allow yourself to kind of settle in before going back into your practice. Notice if it feels good, because I don't want you to be dizzy during a yoga practice, and I don't want you to feel pain. So take your time. This is a great time to focus on the breath for a minute. And close your eyes. It's nice to breathe that fresh air from the outdoors. Okay, I'm feeling better. I hope you are too. And upward salute really is about engaging the whole torso, lifting our posture, good posture. And when you're ready, you can gently reach the arms. Your hands are facing one another neutral. If this doesn't feel good for the shoulders, and you don't have to come all the way up, you can also come into cactus. This is a great way to also work on good posture, especially if you hunch over a computer or your phone. So either your palms are facing one another in upward salute, keeping the head in line with the spine, soften your shoulders, and we'll take 5 mindful breaths here. You take whichever variation you'd like. Maybe you're standing in upward salute, connect to your feet, all the way up, the core, the legs, the arms, and the fingertips. Maybe you're in cactus and you're lifting the heart. Make sure to keep the head in line with the spine. And if your arms get tired, you can always keep your hands to your heart or down by your side, but continue to lengthen through the crown of the head. Make sure to draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. And take one more full breath in and out of the nose wherever you are. Wherever you are is perfect. And gently. And now we'll be taking side bend mountain pose. So come into mountain. And side bend can affect your discs. So be careful if you have spinal arthritis. I really want you to take this very gentle. You don't have to move very far. Especially if you have a slip disc, I would prefer that you just stay to the side of where your slip disc is instead of pushing it into the spinal cord. You want to move with the side of your slip disc so it goes into the opposite direction and moves back towards the spine. So we're going to breathe in with our arms overhead, our palms to touch. You can interlace your fingers like this if you'd like, which is your 2 index fingers pointing up, if that's comfortable for your hands. And if not, you can always keep your hands touching gently, whatever feels good for you. Breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to take a side bend to the left. Really focus on your right glute and engage it with your seat. You don't have to go far. You might not even see my fingertips coming over. This might be a little too far. So I'm going to come over here, listening to my body, inside bend, Tadasana. Take a few mindful breaths. And when you're ready, inhale to come back to center. And exhale to gently side bend to the right. Again, you have different options. Maybe it doesn't feel good with 2 arms, you can just use 1 arm. Focus on lengthening before you bend to the side in Tadasana. Side bend, mountain pose. Then inhale, lengthen through the spine and the crown of the head and send your hands down into Anjali Mudra, hands to heart. You can close your eyes. We're bringing both sides of our body into balance with the light and the darkness. And now that we've created some space, some mental clarity, focus on this present moment, it's a great time to plant our seeds and set intentions, to ask yourself what you would like to invite more of in your life. What would you like to see unfold this season? How would you like to feel? would you like to do more of or experience more of? So take a moment and placing the hands on your heart center, let's plant our seeds of intentions. Ask yourself, what do I want to invite now that we've created this space? Maybe you want to invite more joy into your life, more time for self-care, maybe more selflessness towards others. Maybe you want to invite a new job, a new relationship, a new hobby. Just allow it to flow. Whatever comes up for you, really tap into your heart center. Without forcing anything, just allow it to flow. And breathe deeply into your nostrils. And as you exhale, plant those seeds in the fertile soil of your heart center. Again, breathe in. And feel the new refreshed energy of the spring, creating lightness, allowing you to plant these seeds. Exhale, just let go and allow them to be watered, to be nurtured by the sun, nurtured by time. And if you do have time, I would encourage 2-minute Shavasana. If you have to go, I understand that Shavasana is the most important posture in yoga because it really allows you to assimilate and absorb all of the benefits of your practice. So you have the option to sit back in your chair or to lie down on the ground, so whatever feels good to you. I hope that you enjoyed this Spring Equinox class. If you did, please do subscribe to the RA Yogi YouTube channel, like this video, and please leave me a comment in the section below and let me know what you want to invite for this spring season. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.